we're here with a very special guest all the way in Hilo, Hawaii. This guy right here had a pretty much credible career at University of Hawaii at Hilo. We're here with former point guard Darren Williams.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me. Just
How you been? What's been going on?
yeah, I've been good, man. Just been in Hilo, chilling, teammates and all that. Just been enjoying the time for sure.
We were talking earlier about basketball, successful career at UH Hilo, Pac West Team Awards, All-PacWest Conference Awards. What led you to UH Hilo? I mean, I know that you played there for 3 seasons, plus the COVID year. What's it like for you coming from California all the way to Hilo?
Just getting here, out of high school, I went to Rancho Cucamonga High School. Didn't really get recruited the way I wanted to out of there, so I decided to take it to Chaffey College, which is also in Rancho Cucamonga. It's like 5 minutes from my house. So just playing for the local junior college team, first year, didn't really do too much. Came off the bench, had a limited role. Second year, we were able to go undefeated, 16-0 in conference. I was able to win MVP of the conference, All-State, and some good awards. And I still wasn't really after that season getting the kind of recruitment that I wanted to, but there were a few schools recruiting me, including coach at UH. And I feel like just the COVID pandemic during the time kind of slowed things down too, just being so uncertain with like which schools are even going to have a season next year. So it's just uncertain times. I'm just a lot of the times in the house just waiting on the phone to ring, waiting for coaches to call. And then fortunately, I was able to have Coach Iona call me. And then, just having those conversations with him, he just seemed real genuine, came across as just a real genuine person. And that's why I wanted to come here for sure.
Yeah, what was that like? You get a phone call and they're like, hey, come to Hawaii and play college basketball.
Man, I mean, it was definitely a good call, a dream come true, almost like, Hawaii definitely sells itself. But coach definitely sold me to come here for sure. Just I felt really comfortable talking to him. And being here, nothing has changed. Like he's been a man of his word. Everything he said in recruitment, he didn't try to build it up in a way just to make me come. And then when I get here, it's something different. So I really appreciate him, and I'm very grateful that I played for him.
Yeah, because Rancho Cucamonga, I mean, obviously that's a big in California. A lot of athletes come from there. You being one of them. Prior to picking UH Hilo, did you have any other college offers anywhere else, or just like, you know what, I'm just going to come to Hawaii and just see what's up?
I was talking to a couple of NAIA schools, one in Oklahoma, one in Montana. As far as the D2 level, didn't have any other offers at the time. A lot of the times it was more me and my dad like emailing all these schools, like all the schools in our conference, all the schools in the other California conference, just like instead of the other way around. And then wasn't really hearing back from them. So I was just fortunate to have one school like kind of believe in me.
You played 3 years at UH Hilo. Out of the 3 years that you played there,
Yeah,
which one was your favorite year? Do you have a favorite season that you were there?
that's a tough question, but the first year we went 10-2. Second year we had a solid year. Building off of that, I would probably have to go with this year to answer your question. Just connecting with all the guys, I feel like we were really clicking, had good chemistry, and we're able to have a good season. I do feel like we probably came one game shy of our goal, which was to make that regional tournament or that national tournament. And it is what it is. But yeah, I would still probably say this season.
Yeah, let's kind of talk about this year. Obviously, this was your fifth year, senior year. Talk about the success you had this past year. Some of the guys that you.
Yeah, I mean, it meant a lot, like going into it, the preparation and all of that. I mean, I feel like I go all in with the preparation every year. But with senior year in mind, it's just like a whole nother level. You just want to like leave it all out there, just not knowing what might happen after, if you're going to be able to keep playing and stuff like that. But I feel like one of the reasons like we had such a good season, is just because like we really like off the court are like real friends, and we just click. Like a lot of these guys, like definitely I'm gonna miss when I'm back in Cali or I'm not here anymore. And I feel like we just care about each other more as like brothers and like human beings before like athletes. So I feel like that made it easier on the court. And obviously we had like high level talents like Niwa, just being able to do what he does, being such a versatile player. I mean, we had Carlos Ramsey Jr., who came in first year, looked like he's been here a long time, looked like he's been doing it a long time, just able to come in, score the ball, do different things. Nadrick able to win Defensive Player of the Year in his first year. I feel like he has a lot of potential going forward. That's definitely a name to look out for. I think he could definitely be one of the best players in the conference next year. He hasn't even been playing basketball for that long. So I think he's going to be a special player. And they got a lot of special players coming back. We got Snoop or Khalid Mitchell. We call him Snoop. Drew, Jaren, Cam. It's a lot of guys, a lot of guys. I think we were a deep team. Like I was saying, just that camaraderie kind of helped us have a good year.
Speaking about all that success, anything memorable that sticks out to you the most?
I'm not sure. I will say senior night for sure. Just as far as like the love that I was able to get. I was actually the only senior this year. So like being in Hilo for that game, I was able to get a lot of love, a lot of fans giving me lays after the games. Everybody want to talk and take pictures. So that's what I really enjoy for sure about playing in Hilo. Just the community outreach and just feeling like I'm actually making an impact and just trying to do my best to inspire the next generation or whatever I can do.
As I mentioned before, you went to a JC college, going to UH Hilo. Talk about what you learned from that JC level that you basically brought over to UH Hilo. Because I know over there, the JC level player of the year, all team as well. So think about that.
It's very different. I mean, I definitely learned a lot. Like I just think back, and it seems so long ago. I just think back, I graduated high school at 17. So that summer, I actually went to Hawai'i College. So a couple of months after I graduated, I enrolled, took a couple of summer courses, and we had like this basketball run going on just for like guys that were going to be on the team next year, some alumni. So it's a lot of guys in that gym. Like Chafee is a very decorated program. So a lot of good players come out of there. So just getting there, it was almost like a shock. Like at times, I didn't even know if I was like I had a lot of confidence in myself. I always have, but I went in there I'm looking around like maybe I'm gonna have to redshirt. Maybe I won't even make the team. But I was able to make the team, and then just the more experience I got, the more confidence I got. And the more of a role I was given, I feel like I was able to just take those steps. But shout out to Coach Klein, Coach Jeff Klein, and Coach Prentice Harris. Coach Prentice Harris now moved on. He's the head coach at Victor Valley College. But Coach Klein is still there. Definitely shout out to them too for just molding me into the player I am, kind of teaching me how to play at the college level. I give them a lot of credit for sure.
Now I gotta ask you, you're from the East Coast. I'm from the East Coast, of course, in New York City. You're from Philly.
I would say my dad is from the East Coast. I was born in Philadelphia though, and I have family out there. So, I would definitely say, Philly is a part of my life. But I would say that I mean I moved to California. I was like 1 year old. So yeah. But I still have East Coast connections for sure.
Born in Philly, moved up to California. What has been the transition in life? And then you end up going to Hawaii.
It's been a good transition for me. I know a lot of people kind of get homesick with being so far, but for me, it was kind of like, so I kind of wanted to see something new. So welcoming too, I feel like that helped a lot. Starting with Coach too, like Coach being from the Big Island kind of helped welcome me too, and just show me different things. And it was easier for me to learn more about the culture and just how people operate here. So that's been a big plus. At this point, I feel like this is my second home. Like I've been here for so long. And I don't know, just as far as the transition, I feel like it was a good one. Love California, love Hawaii. It's 80 degrees in both places. So I feel like I definitely win.
As I know, you've been playing basketball for quite some time, but when was your realization that you figure, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and play basketball? And did you ever have any other career goals in mind?
We were playing rec ball probably at age 5. So I feel like when did I realize for me, like basketball for sure? Probably at like age 10, 11. I know I got like my brother used to make videos like of our highlights on YouTube. And like just watching those, seeing the stuff I was able to do, I feel like seeing it with my own eyes, I was like, I could probably pull something off with this for sure. But yeah, I would say around age 10, 11. And shout out to my older brother for sure. He used to hoop too. I feel like those backyard battles definitely made me who I am today.
And speaking about basketball, what do you enjoy about playing basketball? And do you have any inspirations in basketball?
I mean, the reason I play really just like I just truly love the game, honestly. Like, I could watch basketball all day, I could play basketball all day. I feel like it's been a big part of my life for a while. I'd say like our household, like my dad is very into basketball, my mom, brother, sister. So basketball has like always been around for me. I feel like one of my favorite parts is just the fan engagement, honestly. Like just being able to go out there and perform for people, just kind of put on that show type of feel, makes it more fun. And I would say, as far as like some of the people I looked up to in basketball, my first or one of like my first real favorite players, like probably first jersey I had was Rajon Rondo on those Celtics teams back in like '08. Was a big fan, was like the biggest Rondo fan you could probably imagine. Just because the way he was passing the ball and stuff like that. I always thought that's cool. Like I feel like he could dominate a game without scoring the ball. So I feel like that's been a big part of my background of who I am and who I want to be on the court.
Quite the success in basketball. I gotta ask you though, what is something that you wish you would have known when you first started out playing basketball?
Um, that's a good question. Something I wish I should have known. I wish that I wouldn't have like compared myself so much to like other people. Growing up in California, like you play a lot of the top players, so like you could have a good game against one of those top players, and then you're like, oh, I just outplayed him head to head. Why is he getting this amount of or this and that, like these offers, this, that, and why am I not? But I wish I wouldn't have looked at it as much that way. And I just kind of would have ran my own race a little bit, which I feel like I did do, but still kind of, I feel like for a couple years at least, that was kind of eating away at me. But just understanding that, like, at the end of the day, the work will come to light no matter what.
Now in basketball, of course, what does the word passion mean to you? Now I know you play with a lot of players in basketball and connection with players in basketball on the court.
Yeah, I mean, the passion is definitely like one of the biggest aspects of the game. I mean, a lot of people like see passion. It's like, oh, dude scores, he's beating his chest, screaming, yelling, and all that. I feel like that. I mean, that is passion. Like passionate players do that, and you could also be out there playing your heart out, and you don't have to like show it. Like I look at players like Damian Lillard or like even Kawhi Leonard. I feel like play with a lot of passion. Like winning and losing, just I feel like passion is just winning and losing really matters a lot to you. Like it'll affect how you sleep at night. So I just look at it that way, if anything.
So in your career, obviously, you're going to be moving on to bigger things. What's the future looking like for you and what could be expected from you?
For sure. I mean, I'm just trying to keep the ball bouncing, honestly, taking it out overseas somewhere. Still trying to map everything out and, see where that goes, but at least keep playing for a few more years. But once the ball does stop bouncing for me, I'm probably going to look to get into coaching. I really love the game for sure. I love basketball. I love being around it. So I feel like as far as my career, basketball will more than likely be involved in it.
Obviously, you played college basketball at UH Hilo. I know that you're preparing right now or going to be preparing for a combine in July in Vegas. Hopefully you'll be able to play pro.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's definitely the goal right now. Gonna prepare my best. Hopefully, I can land somewhere that makes sense and land in a good situation where I can keep it going forward. So I'm excited.
You talk about basketball, you talk about being able to travel and take it all over the world. Favorite place that you played?
Besides at the Civic here in Hilo, I would probably have to say the Tarkanian Center in Las Vegas. I had a lot of good AAU tournaments out there. It was always a good environment in there. Just summertime, it's July, it's Vegas, everybody's there, all from different places. So be good environments in there for sure. I like that gym a lot.
Since it is basketball season in NBA, I gotta ask you, what's your thoughts on the NBA playoffs this year?
It's been interesting. I feel like right now I would probably have to say if I had to pick, I'd take the Lakers. I'd take the Lakers to win it all. But I'm not like I was never a big Lakers fan. I was actually like a Lakers hater because I was the Celtics fan, like I was talking to you about earlier. I used to be a Celtics fan growing up. So that I'm not saying that because I'm from California, but just watching the games, Lakers look scary. LeBron, AD, those pieces they got at the deadline, D'Angelo Russell, all those guys. I would take the Lakers for sure.
Not rooting for Philly this year?
My dad and my brother. My brother's like a big James Harden fan, so they're all in the group chat every day, blowing it up every time the Sixers win. But I wouldn't mind seeing Philly in there, honestly. Philly versus LA, I would love to see that. I want to see somebody new out the East.
Who are you mostly thankful for?
I feel like I had a long list of people. I'll start though with somebody I haven't mentioned, who is his name's Andre Wallace, my childhood like trainer, or still is. He was my trainer coming up since like age 6, 7, and AAU coach. So like we would work out and I'll play on his AAU team. It taught me a lot about basketball. Honestly, like a lot of the stuff I'm able to do is because he like built that foundation for me at such a young age. So I feel like I was advanced from a young age, and I could kind of work on different stuff. Like I already had the fundamentals down. Now I could kind of elevate at a younger age and take my game to places where other players, it might have taken a little longer. So definitely want to give shout out to him, like a huge shout out. Also my family, of course, like my brother Devin, my sister Nay, mom Joan, my dad Daryl, just being there supporting me all this way. I mean, like they've been there every step of the way. They always come watch me play whenever they can. They've been to the Big Island a few times to watch me play. You know, just that support from your family can do a lot. Like it'll keep you going for sure. Like just knowing that they're there for you through good and bad. And I feel like that extends to like my aunts, uncles, grandmas, just everybody. So I'm thankful for that. And then of course my coaches as well. Coming here with Coach Iona, Coach Kinder, and Coach Jameson. We actually came in here together the same year. So we were all kind of new to the program when we came. And me being the first to leave out of the group of us is kind of sad, but I'm just thankful that they gave me the opportunity for sure to show what I can do. Always believed in me from day one. Like a lot of the schools that were recruiting me, I feel like they felt like they were kind of doing me a favor by putting me on their team if they were going to. But like I would say the coaches here, like they knew what I was capable of and always allowed me to be me and kind of do me. And then taking it back to Chaffey College, like I said, Coach Klein, Coach Prentice Harris, those guys, for sure, just teaching me how to play the game for my first years in college. And then Coach Bill Burke, Rancho Cucamonga High School, also helped me just to play the game at a higher level. And then the last shout out I would have to give is to my teammates, like all my teammates throughout the years. Just grateful that I built those relationships with all the guys. I'm not gonna name names because like I really don't want to forget anybody. Really thankful for them. They make it all fun. They make it all worth it. So I would say them.
Now, if your career wasn't in basketball, what do you think your career would have been?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. As a kid, I was actually like making me and my brother were making clothes for a little bit. Like I'm into clothes a lot. I honestly might start making clothes again. I don't know. I just got to figure out ideas. But yeah, I think that's cool. Music, like my brother's a producer. He's a music producer. And he's kind of taken off with that too. So just being around music, I also think would have been dope.
You've been in Hilo for the last three, seems like 4 seasons. But
Yeah,
if anybody were to visit Hilo, Hawaii, what is one place already have to take them to? What's the best spot out there?
that's a good one. That's a very good one. Gotta get you a rental car at Iona Car Sale. Shout out to them. Gotta get you a rental car there. Right there next to it is Blaine's Driving. You gotta get you a slush float. Gotta get you a slush float from there. Then take it down to Carl Smith and go to enjoy the beaches, man. Get outside. That's what I would say.
Now, you're from Rancho Cucamonga in California. Talk about what it's like to grow up there. What's there to do there?
To walk to school, do stuff like that. Just growing up around in a safe area. So that's one good thing about it for sure. I mean, it's California, so like there's a lot to do, a lot of places to eat, a lot of different stuff to try. I feel like in Rancho itself, I'm trying to think honestly what the best thing to do is. I'm not really sure. We got the mall, Victoria Gardens, also got Ontario Mills, some pretty nice malls. But I would say just the good part about being in California or Southern California is as long as you're willing to drive like 30, 45 minutes, you could really do anything you want to. So I would say that's definitely one positive about being in California growing up.
Favorite food spot?
Man, I sound basic, but like Chick-fil-A for sure. Chick-fil-A, like that's one thing I do miss about being home. I miss Chick-fil-A a lot. I also miss my dogs.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say, wait, I think you're missing something.
Yeah.
Since you play basketball 3 years in the Pac-West Conference, anything that sticks out to
Favorite opponents, I would give a shout out to Academy of Art. Shout out and Dang would always guard me, pick me up like 94 feet, like wouldn't care, like full court deny, all that type of stuff. Shout out to Academy of Art though, like they always played hard, so like I enjoy watching them. even like when we weren't playing, like they're just a fun team to watch because how hard they play every night, I feel like.
I remember interviewing you March 2nd. I've known you for quite some time. I had a chance to interview you back in March. I know that you've been playing for UH Hilo for 3 years now, and I remember asking you about the trajectory of UH Hilo and the success of the basketball program. Obviously, with the success that has been building up there in UH Hilo, what is your trajectory of UH Hilo from the time that you've been there to the future?
It's just gonna keep going up, honestly. I feel like getting that leadership in place with Coach Kaniela Ione. I just have all the confidence in him. I have confidence in the guys coming back. Like I know the program is gonna keep going up. Type of people that they recruit and bring around and let in. I have nothing but confidence in that. I feel like before I came here, it was kind of, up and down, kind of had some down years here, struggling to like be over 500 or do certain things. But I feel like since I've been here, or since Coach got here too, I feel like it's definitely just been on the up every year, and I expect no different. I hope that teams won't be so surprised that we are good and that we are capable. I feel like it'll just become more normal.
And we're here with a very special guest, former UH Hilo Vulcans point guard Darren Williams. Just want to say I appreciate your time and wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
For sure. Thank you, man. I appreciate you putting me on this platform. Wish you all the success too.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Yes, sir.